Hi, I'm Miles from Chorley Group Go EV. Today we're going to be driving this, the Vauxhall Astra plug-in hybrid. We'll see how it could work for you and your commute. So this is the new Vauxhall Astra hybrid, plug-in hybrid at that. So what benefits does that bring? Well, by having a plug socket on it, it means that you can charge up a slightly bigger battery. So it's 12.6 kilowatt hours is the battery in this. And that translates to, well, in summer with no air conditioning, around 42 miles range on the car. Now, today's autumn, almost winter, it's a bit cooler. It's going to give us more range, probably around sort of 25 miles, to be perfectly honest. The idea with a plug-in hybrid car is that if you've got the ability to charge at home or at work, I suppose one end of your journey and your regular commute, then you can drive basically on electricity for those short journeys. But then if at a weekend you want to be able to do a 300-400 mile round trip, you can do that without any worrying about where you'd stop and charge. You just need to put petrol in. So plug-in hybrids first came out 2012, 2013 with the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid. They have proven a mixed bag, if I'm honest. So quite often people would buy them as company and get them as company cars, and then they wouldn't actually plug them in, and therefore you're just basically hauling around a big battery in addition to a petrol engine and a gearbox and everything else that you need for a hybrid car. So the efficiency overall wasn't great. But they do have a usage scenario where people, I say, can charge overnight at home, or if they can charge at work, and then it does allow you to do a lot of your commute on electricity. So today we've picked up this Astra from our Vauxhall Ormskirk branch, and we're driving it into the centre of Liverpool, sort of replicating a typical commute of around 15 miles each way, and we'll see what efficiency we get by the end of the journey. At the moment, it's looking very good. We've driven on electric for majority of this drive so far, and we're currently at 352 miles per gallon. And that's versus a WLTP figure of 256 miles per gallon. So let's see how we get on, see how this translates into real world usage, and say in suboptimal conditions, because it's been raining today, the roads are wet, it's autumn, it's a bit cooler, and we'll see how we get on. So if you've not had a chance to look at the new Vauxhall Astra before, this is it. And I think it looks fantastic. We've got this nod to the heritage. We've got this sort of fold crease down the middle of the bonnet. It looks a little bit like the Vauxhall Forenza. This visor grille with the blacked out Vauxhall logo in the middle looks quite aggressive. LED matrix headlamps both sides, which gives a fantastic view of the road ahead. We've got 360 cameras. We've got a camera under the front here, under each wing mirror, under the boot as well. And we've also got, on this model, front parking sensors as well. So you basically, if you're parking in a car park, you'll do a better job than I have today. You'll be able to see where you're going and see the lines really well. Moving around the vehicle, we've got these 18-inch alloys, so quite a large alloy wheel with these little inserts with the red lines on. Those are colour-coded according to the car, so obviously red car gets the red inserts. I think they look quite cool, really sporty. Another thing that helps with this sort of sports-like look of it, this two-tone roof. So we've got the red paint with the black roof and black mirrors, and then the blacked out rear windows here in privacy glass, and a sort of little shark fin spoiler on the roof, really giving that sort of sporty, edgy sort of look to it. Moving around the vehicle, this is the petrol flaps. This is where you're going to stop once every few weeks or a month, depending on your mileage, to put petrol in. The electric charge socket is on the other side of the car. Moving around the back of the vehicle, we've got this sort of sculpted aero spoiler with a high level brake lamp up here. We've got the Astra logo. It's a new logo for the Astra, mounted sort of across the rear of the boot there. These LED lights, the Vauxhall logo pushes in, that's your boot release. And under the boot we've got 352 litres of boot space in this plug-in hybrid hatchback version. There is an estate version if you need a bit more load luggage capacity. So the Type 2 charging lead comes with the car, and so if you're at a public charger, you just plug this in and plug the other end into the charger, and then that will charge in about 2.5 hours. Now you can charge off a 3-pin plug at home. That takes longer because it's limited to 10 amps, so that will actually take around 5 to 6 hours to fully charge the battery. So I do recommend, if you can, getting a dedicated home charger for the purpose of charging your car. So on the inside of the Astra, we've got these 2 infotainment screens on this, 11-inch screens by the look of it on both sides. Very clear, very crisp. The reversing camera particularly is very good quality, better than I've seen in some other models recently. On this we've also got a heads-up display, so that shows you your current speed camera locations, tells you the current speed limit on the road, navigation directions, etc. And this dash sort of curves round towards the driver, angled in, a bit like my old Alfa Romeo 145 actually, and that means that everything's sort of twisted towards the driver, means that there's no weird reflections when you're trying to use the centre control. We've got a deep storage bin here which you could fit a couple of phones in, to be fair. There's a wireless charger down on there as well. There's a sunglasses holder here. There's a roller cover here for a couple of cup holders. We've got a black headlining, which does make it quite a dark interior, but overall it does feel, again, with that sort of sporty sort of feel to it. And these seats with the sort of leather look bit on the bolsters and side, quite sporty sort of side bolstering as well. These seats have been actually certified by a German agency for being a particular level of comfort for the driver and passenger, so for long journeys you should certainly be very comfortable indeed. On this GS line we've got heated front seats, we've got heated steering wheel, we've got dual zone climate control, cruise control, and there's a whole lot of safety features that are built into the car as standard as well. Things like the lane keep assist, forward collision detection, all those other sort of things that cars need nowadays to be able to get 5 stars on Euro NCAP. So in the back of the Astra, I mean, this driver's seat set for me, I'm 5'11". As you can probably see, I've got a good sort of 3-4 inches of leg room, and my feet can go under the seat in front as well, which is nice. Plenty of headroom. You've got room for 3 in the back. You've got Isofix in the outer 2 seats. Down here we've also got a little storage bin. We've got a USB-C socket there. We've got vents for each of the rear passengers to direct the airflow to the face, which is quite a nice touch. We've got an armrest here with a couple of cup holders, a little pen tray, and we've also got a little flap through, a little ski hatch. If you're fancying a bit of ski, you can put long loads through the centre as well. And it's a 60/40 rear split bench, so if you want to, you can fold the seats down and give yourself more room in the boot as necessary. So overall, yeah, very good. The headroom's really good for considering the sort of coupe-ish, sort of sporty bodyline. It's actually really, really good as a headroom. We're nearly down to the battery running out now, so we've done 24 miles, nearly 25. The battery's got 4% left in it. Now, there has been a slight use of petrol, very, very slight, when it first started up. So when you first start the car, particularly if you're asking the heater to work, it will start the engine to create heat within the car and to get the engine warmed up, ready for being able to switch on and off regularly. At the moment, I say we've got, we just put the brakes on, actually, just giving us up to 5% battery left. So we're at 999 miles per gallon. We've done 24 miles, nearly 25. But the car was left switched on for about an hour and a half whilst we've been doing all our filming on top of the multi-storey car park in the centre of Liverpool. So the heater was on at that point, so that's used up some of the battery as well. In fact, they used about 15-20% of the battery. We arrived at the multi-storey car park with 56% battery left after 15 miles, and by the time we left the multi-storey car park we were down to about 37%. So if you weren't stopping and filming like we were, then you may find that the battery lasts a bit longer. As it is here, we've just ticked over to the point where it's now running as a hybrid. So the engine started. Now it makes very little engine noise. You can barely tell that it's on. And that's good, because it means that you don't have that sort of drone in the background. But now, obviously, because it's using a bit of petrol, the overall efficiency of our trip is going to come down. So at the moment it's showing 940 miles per gallon now. We'll check in again when we get back to Ormskirk and give you an update as to how it's averaged over the whole journey. So we've got back to Ormskirk now, and the last couple of miles has used some petrol, but overall for our 29-mile journey we've averaged 470 miles per gallon. Now what that means, it's used a full charge of electricity and a very, very small couple of teaspoons of petrol really. So in terms of cost to charge, cost to run, so at the moment, with electricity being 34 pence per kilowatt hour, you're looking at around £4, £4.20 to fully charge the battery at home. If you have an off-peak electric tariff, then it could be around £1 to £1.50 for a full charge. So that sort of 25 miles is going to give you a range, a cost, of between sort of 4 and 10 pence per mile on electric. Obviously when you're running on petrol alone, it's still a hybrid, so it's still going to hit good miles per gallon. In fact, the long-term trip of this car is showing 61 miles per gallon. And a lot of that time it's not been charged up every day. So 61 miles per gallon, that's going to translate to around sort of 16 pence per mile. So I think overall we're going to see a real cost saving from driving a car like this, if you can angle it so that your day-to-day driving is covered by the electric range, and if you can charge every day, it could really save you a lot of money. Thank you very much. I hope you liked this video. If you do, please click the like button below. If you'd like to subscribe to our channel, you get notified of new video reviews that we do. Click over here to find more information about the Vauxhall Astra plug-in hybrid on our website. Click down here to see the Mocha electric review we did, and click here to see one of our other reviews.